Good morning, Mr. Dutka.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, we have Mr. Simran Singh, and we're looking for Carrie Harris. Are you Carrie Harris? Could you unmute your microphone? Very good. Are you Carrie Harris?
I am.
All right, let me give you a proper name. Good morning, Mr. Dutka.
Good morning again, Your Honor.
Your tenant, Rebecca Weber, is not here yet. So we'll address this one. We got a little behind with our last case. This is Simran Singh versus Carrie Harris. This is filed as a demand for termination of tenancy. I checked the wrong box. He wants you to move out, Ms. Harris. You're a tenant in that type of proceeding, which is called a termination of tenancy proceeding. As such a tenant or defendant in a landlord-tenant case, you have a right to hire a lawyer. If you cannot pay for one, a legal aid attorney may be available to assist you, or you can seek other legal advice. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. If the action is for non-payment of rent, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, local coordinated entry agency, which is community action agency, a housing assessment and resource agency, which is Neighborhoods Inc., or other program. If you're a veteran, you may be eligible for some programming. If this was for non-payment of rent, but they're not asking you to pay the rent, they're asking you to move. So there's no sense asking for financial assistance because it isn't that type of case. However, you do have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell me at this first court appearance or file the demand in writing within 5 days of today's date and pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the judge waives it for your inability to pay it. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord through mediation. If both parties are interested, the court can help set it up. Or you may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord that would result in the conditional order of dismissal. And if that is the case, we could assist with the preparation of that. Mr. Singh, am I correct? At this point, you're simply asking for your property back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Harris, what's your position?
Well, I have some questions. I mean, I've been up to date. I'm not that I was a little bit behind, but I'm not behind. Our numbers don't add up. I have receipts that they didn't have, and it's just a bunch of paperwork that actually should be gone through. I got a notice to quit. I'm not really familiar with this kind of stuff, but
Okay.
and it says that I must move by 12/1 of 2025. I do believe that you got a copy of it and with that packet of
Yes, you got a
papers.
notice to quit on October 31st, telling you to move by December
Yes.
1st.
And
Well, you
he
didn't
and
move.
he and
So
well,
he
and
filed this
he was
action to terminate your tenancy.
okay. Well, because was he supposed to collect rent after that time?
All right, so he collected rent after October 31st?
Yes,
All
I
right, tell
have
me about
received.
that. When did you last pay the rent?
Yes, Your
I
Honor, I do have them on file. She paid one on
All
January
right, just a
7th.
minute. I didn't ask you that. I'm
Oh,
talking to her.
I have
Give
it
you a
right here.
chance to. All right, when do you say you last paid rent?
I paid rent on 1/3 and 1/6 by in January.
All right.
And on 1/3, it says I paid $500, and on 1/6, another $400. And that's for January.
All right, Mr. Singh, you were gonna tell me, what did she pay?
Yes, Your Honor, she's absolutely right. She paid me on January 7th. She paid me $300 through Chime. And then on January 10th, she paid me $250. And in December, she just paid me $250, which I already have the receipts. I already have like text messages. Whenever she pay us, I send her a text confirming that I did receive the amount. And then I have receipts also. And then I wrote down everything on a paper, so I documented it. And then yeah, so she did
All
pay
right.
it.
Well, you need a lawyer.
Okay.
Once you file an action to terminate the tenancy,
Okay,
you
sir.
can't accept any money.
Okay.
If you file it as a demand for non-payment of rent, you
Mhm.
can take money, but you've just
Okay.
submarined your own case. You can't file a termination of tenancy and then accept rent.
Okay, Your Honor.
There's a case, it's called Park Forest, which explains that. That's why I think you could use a lawyer to help you with this. If you're gonna be in the landlord-tenant business, you should know what the rules are. So I'm
Sure.
gonna dismiss this case. You're gonna have to
Okay.
start over again.
Sure.
You've accepted payment of rent after filing of a termination of tenancy.
Your Honor, she had a past due which she was paying. She had water bills. I already wrote it down. That's what she was paying.
In your,
Well, you accepted payment.
Yep, I did accept payment,
So
but
if
she
you
had
want to do
payment
a
from the
non-payment
past.
of rent case where she could pay the rent and stay, you could
Okay.
do that. In that case, you can accept rent. Let me make sure I got my facts straight here.
I think I
Let me
filed
look
for
at-
that too, Your Honor.
You did the notice to quit correctly,
Yep.
but
Yep.
yeah, it's a termination of tenancy. You can't take money after you file a termination of tenancy.
Okay, Your Honor.
So Ms. Harris, maybe you and Mr. Singh can agree how much you owe and try to get caught up on the rent. But I'm dismissing the case.
Yeah, I have no problems with her until unless she pay on time, and then everything is good.
All right, well, how much do you believe she owes you?
She owes me $360 in rent, and then in water bill she owe me just $506.
Your Honor, how am I supposed to pay a water bill when I don't get sent a copy of the water bill? Because it's not on my electric bill.
Well,
They get the water bill.
I'm not gonna make any decision on that.
Okay,
You
all right,
guys can
thank you.
talk about it.
All right.
But Mr. Singh, you could use some legal help. Didn't Mr. Rognes help you in the past?
No, sir.
Well, there's a certain set of rules and the landlords are held to a strict standard under the Landlord-Tenant Relationship Act, Truth in Renting Act, and a bunch of other pieces of legislation that apply to this. And then there's case law, as I mentioned, People versus Park Forest. So if all you want to do is collect rent, you can talk to her and she could pay the rent and stay there. Ms. Harris, if
Okay.
he'd gotten what he'd asked for, I would have had to adjourn this matter for a week. And then I would have given you 10 days from that day to move out. So you would have had to move out by February 16th. And people often tell me I would move if I had somewhere to move to. How much is the rent
It's $1,000
per month?
Well, yes, plus I pay all my utilities.
All right. I don't know the answer to that. I'm willing to put the two of you in a breakout room so you can talk to each other, but this case is dismissed.
Thank you,
Right,
sir.
thank
I'll
you,
do an
Your
order.
Honor.
You can start over again, or you can work out some agreement where she pays the rent and gets to stay there. But the
We'll do that.
termination of tenants. I'm sorry, sir, go ahead.
No, I said you good, sir. Yep. Go ahead, sir.
do you want to talk to each other while you're both here or just work that out
Yes.
later?
Yes, Your Honor, I can talk to her right now.
The landlord came to court asking for eviction, saying the tenant had to move out. But when the judge reviewed the timeline, something didn't add up. After filing a termination of tenancy, the landlord had still accepted rent payments, so the judge stopped everything and explained the rule clearly: once you file to remove a tenant, you cannot take their money. With that single mistake, the entire case was dismissed, forcing the landlord to start over.
All right, you guys can discuss how much you think is owed but this case is dismissed because you accepted payment after filing a termination of tenancy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, I'll do an order. Good morning, Ms. Bauer.
Good morning, Judge. My apologies again for missing the first part of your docket
Well,
this
thanks
morning.
for the email to give me the heads up. We did have a client that requested some assistance. She was gonna wait for you, but she's gonna call you. Her name is Brianna Ellsworth. It's the Three Rivers Village Mobile Home Park. And Sarah Reed is the attorney on the other side. And so you may be hearing about that one. It's
Okay, thank you.
another lot only with unclear late fees, unclear utilities, unclear repayment from the past. Miss Reed was a little taken aback. It's like, why doesn't everybody ask these questions? You know, where did you come up with this number? It doesn't seem like that's that hard, but you appear in a lot of different jurisdictions and so does she. But my lawyers know what I'm asking for. Our pro per landlord, Terry Richmond, who gives me a to the penny breakdown, and sometimes I don't know, I guess maybe it's my own fault. I haven't. She said, "Well, you trained me," because I haven't trained everybody else. I trained Mr. Dutka, so he's all right.
I've been actually thinking about how to write a bar review article about that. I actually thought about talking to you about doing one together, and then I thought maybe we'd have to bring in someone from the plaintiff side too. But it is something I see inconsistently, and there's a lot of things where the
Well, there's a
pleading.
lot of things. There's late fees.
Yeah.
The whole issue of lot only versus just cause termination. And as you know, we spent a lot of time in the District Judges Association trying to parse that question out and came to the conclusion that there's no good answer to it. But late fees, other related fees, as you know, the attorneys that just give me, and then we end up chasing our tails trying to run the number down as opposed to the attorneys that just give me the financial breakdown and I can see it in a glance. But that's sometimes how it goes. All right, Mr. Dutka is here and his matter is set for 9:40. No, 9:51. Good morning, Mr. Dutka.
Hello again, Your Honor.
And my fourth time to tell you hello this morning.
Could be.
Good morning, Mr. Felt.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Court Security. I'm looking for Rebecca Weber. All right, thank you. Bye.
Pleasure to see both, Mr. Dutka, Your Honor.
All right. Well, tonight, Michigan State plays Michigan.
I'm up and ready.
All right. Yes?
The defendant for Mr. Ducka's hearing
Oh,
said that
yes.
they're waiting for you to accept them, and
I don't see her in the waiting list, in the waiting room. Tell her to try again. I don't see her. So Rebecca Weber is in the background.
yes.
All right. All right. Either have them try again or get their email and I will send her an invite that she can just click on to.
Okay, will do.
All right. Mr. Dutka, your client is in the background. Good morning, Mr. Baxter.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We'll be with you in a couple minutes here. We're a little bit late.
Okay, no
We're
problem.
running a little behind, but not bad.
I'm early, Your Honor.
Yes, you've got the 10 o'clocks. In fact, I'm gonna take leave for just a minute and grab those 10 o'clock files, so everybody stay put.
This tenant thought she was about to lose her home. She had receipts, payments, and questions, and the judge listened. When the landlord admitted accepting rent after filing for eviction, the judge didn't hesitate. He dismissed the case on the spot, reminding landlords that the law has strict rules. One wrong move turned an eviction into a second chance.
Stop your whining, Bentley. No, go out your door.
Ms. Harris, I want to let you know that you're unmuted
Oh.
and in court.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh no.
All right, I got the files. Everybody stop your whining. And
I'm so
address
sorry.
our matters. I still don't know where Rebecca Weber is. Miss Harris, what case are you here on? Oh, she's gone. Mr. Felt's client is Richard DeWitt. And that matter is set for 9:50. So let's take up Mr. Felt's case while we wait for Miss Weber to log in. Hello, Deputy Broker. This is me again. I'm looking for a Richard DeWitt. All right, thank you. Bye. All right, the alleged Mr. Jay Felt is here on behalf of his client, Julie DeWitt. This is a termination of tenancy for a tenant that's in a storage building on the property at issue and isn't supposed to be there. Defendant was personally served for this hearing on January 8th. Mr. Felt, as far as you know, is the defendant still in that storage building?
Yes, he is, and frankly, it's out of character for him to appear today, Your Honor.
Yes?
I think Mr. DeWitt is entered into the hospital. Remember?
Oh, yes, yes.
And then Elaine's on the phone with that lady getting her information.
Mr. DeWitt is in the hospital. And got a call from Julie Harden. So he's in Three Rivers Hospital, probably because of the cold. So I'm gonna adjourn this matter until 2 o'clock I got such a short memory. She told me this an hour ago. February 6th at 2 o'clock. Does that work for you, Mr. Felt?
I can make that fit, Your Honor. Tell me again, February 6th?
Yes, next Friday.
Oh, sure. Let me look at that. Yeah, I get it. Adjourn 1 week to 2 o'clock.
Yes, they called early this morning indicating he'd been admitted to the hospital and he's there now and unable to attend.
That's kind of that's kind of his MO, Judge.
Well, all right, he's in the hospital and I can't default him really.
Oh,
So
cool.
we'll do it next week and but he can't, as the song says, You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Well,
Closing time.
I've been told that a few times.
She has no Wi-Fi, so she can't Zoom in.
All right.
She has a phone number.
All right. All right, Mr. Felt, that's the best we could do
That's
tonight. I
wonderful.
hope your team wins tonight.
Thank you, Judge. I'll see you next week at 2 o'clock. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Feld, I'll see you next week, and that's the best we can do at this time.
That's good. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.